So in this recording, I am going to discuss the lesson number 4 in grade 11. So here I will give a quick recap on some of the activities from the textbook. So if you start from the beginning of the lesson, so first of all, you must know what is an accounting period. So normally an accounting period means 12 months. So that's mean 1 year. So if the period start on 1st April 2022, it should end on 31st March. If the period start on 1st January 2022, it should end on 31st December 2022. So if you take this year, if the period start on 1st for 2024, then the accounting period should end on 31st March 2025. But if it starting on 1st January 2024, the period will end in that year itself. So that is at 31st December 2024, right? 1st April 24, it will end on 31st March 2025. 1st January 2024, it will end on 31st December 2024, right? So that is an accounting period. So normally then financial statement can be divided into two parts. Statement of profit or loss and statement of financial position. The profit or loss statement is used to find the financial performance, which is the profit or loss. In other words, income minus expenses. So here we calculate two type of profit, gross profit and the net profit. Meanwhile, in the statement of financial position, we are trying to find the relationship between assets, liability, and equity. So if we come to the financial performance, we have the gross profit and the net profit. So how to find the gross profit? Sales revenue minus cost of sale. Then how to find the net profit? To find the net profit, we have to start from the gross profit. So gross profit plus other income minus expenses. That is how to find the net profit. Then another concept is cost of sales. Now, what is cost of sale? Now, many students confuse cost of sales with cost of goods available for sale. Now, cost of sale means from the opening stock, so we add the purchases, and if any carrying word is there, we add those, we add the loading expenses, then we take the cost of goods available for sale. So from that, if we deduct the closing stock, that is the cost of sale. So what is cost of goods presented for sale? That is only from opening stock to loading expenses for carrying words. So that's mean this beginning part, excluding the closing stock. That is what is called as cost of goods available for sale. Or else a synonym for that is cost of goods to be sold or cost of goods presented for sale, right? So cost of sales and cost of goods available for sale are two different things. Now here in the screen, you can see cost of goods available for sale. From that also, if you deduct closing stock, it is called as cost of sale. And it is to be noted that if there is no closing stock, cost of goods available for sale and cost of sale are equal. Now here, this is a format to calculate the gross profit, right? A small format, right? So if you go to the first activity in your textbook, where they have asked to calculate the cost of goods to be sold, cost of sales, and gross profit. So here the first, in the first part, it is calculated the cost of goods to be sold. So we take the opening stock, add purchases, adding carrying words and loading expenses. So the student has taken the purchases separately, but you can add up both and write one single purchase, right? One single figure for purchase. So this is a last year student. Here you can write a single purchase figure. Then here it is calculated the cost of sale. How to calculate the cost of sale? same thing up to here. So if you see, it is the same thing. Only difference is we deduct the closing stock in order to get the cost of sales. So then moving forward, the gross profit. So how to find the gross profit? And addition come which is sale. First we must start from sale, and here also you can take only one figure, I mean 200,000, no need to show the separation, right? So you take the opening stock, purchase, carriage inward, loading expenses, and get the cost of goods to be sold. From that comes, if you deduct the closing stock, you will end up with the cost of sale. And then from the sale, if you deduct cost of sale, you will get the gross profit. So then in that activity, it is mentioned to show this indicate the above values in a form of a statement. So if you show in a form of statement, this is the answer. So I showed the standard format for a statement, right? So this is the answer for the statement. Then moving forward, so I will not discuss about the type of expenses, but you have to know that we have four type of expenses: distribution, administration, finance, and other expenses. So normally now this is a profit or loss statement format. In the exam, after sales is better if you keep two lines if you say that there is a sales return in the trial balance. Why? Because sales return should be deducted from sale. And here after purchase is better you keep like three lines. For other income like around four lines. Distribution expenses around six lines. Administration expenses also around six lines. Other expenses two lines. Finance expenses three lines. Or else based on the question now if you can see direct in a trial balance, so there are only three distribution expenses, keep around four lines, but keeping lines is not the issue. So this is a standard format. Normally, in a past paper question, they will not give more than um, five or six items. So some papers they have only two, some they have only three. So more than that, they will not give. So based on the question, you have to decide the lines, but you can use this as a standard format. So remember, if no sales return is there, no need to keep two lines after sale. So even the SOFP, you have non-current assets, current assets, equity and liability, non-current liability and current liability. So when you draw the format, it's better you write these headings and then start filling. Some students are there, they fill based on the order in the trial balance, which is wrong. So it's better you draw the whole both the formats and then start recording, which will be easier. So then if you take activity 4, so they have asked to find the cost of sales. So how to find the cost of sales? As earlier I have shown, um, opening stock, purchases, carriage inward. Here there are no loading expenses, and then you can get the cost of goods to be sold, which is similar to the cost of sale because there is no closing stock here. Then if you find the gross profit, so from the sale, you have to deduct the cost of sale and the gross profit will be 430,000. Then in the third part of the question, they ask to find the other income. So how to find the other income? You have to add up all the income given in the question. So there are three incomes: commission income, fixed deposit income, and discount received. Then they ask to find the distribution expenses. So here in this question, you have three distribution expenses: discount given, bad debts, and sales promotional expenses. The fifth question asks to find admin expenses. So here you have insurance, administrative salary, and stationery. Then for other expenses, you have losses from cash fraud and so it is not there here. In other question, they might give you donation, right? So you can take those also. calculation of finance expenses, you have the interest on bank loan and the bank charges. So moving forward, then the eighth question asks to find the net profit without a statement. So what you can do, using a tabular method like this, starting from sale, then adding the other income, recording the distribution expense, then administrative expenses, other expenses, finance expenses, you can get the net profit. Then they ask to enter this in the form of a statement, and this is the answer for that. So you have to start from sale, then deduct cost of sales, get the gross profit, add the other income, deduct distribution, administration, other expenses and finance expenses to derive the net profit. Then if we take activity 5, they ask us to find the categorization of current and non-current assets. So that is very easy. Machinery and equipment is non-current, furniture is non-current, closing stock is current, trade debtors is current, cash in hand is current, motor vehicle is non-current, cash at bank is current, income receivable is current. So that is the answer for that. So they asked to show it in a extract of a statement of financial position. Then there is a thing you have to know what is mean by this liquidity. So liquidity means ability to convert an asset into cash with minimum losses in a short period of time. So as per this liquidity in non-current asset, first of all we write land. Then only we write the other things like building, vehicle, equipment. And in the current asset, first of all, we must write inventory as per the liquidity order. Then we write the debtors and the other things. Finally, cash, right? Finally, cash. So cash is the asset which has 100% liquidity. So remember that. In current asset, firstly, we must put inventory. Finally, only we record the cash because cash is 100% liquid. So then when it comes to activity 6, so here there are some important equations. So you can go through these. And also remember there are two types of drawing, cash drawings and stock drawing. So they ask to find the opening capital, then calculate the profit. So how to find the profit? This is grade 10 knowledge, income minus expenses. And total withdrawals, so as I have mentioned here, it is a combination of cash and stock drawings. And then you can calculate the closing equity. Take the opening capital, add the additional capital, add the net profit and deduct the drawings. Then if you come to activity 7, it is a question from liability. So here the non-current liability is the bank loan and all these three are current liability. And in the activity 8, so it's asked to prepare a SOFP. So it's very easy. Take the non-current assets, take the current assets, take the equity and liability, and then you can enter. So first of all, draw the format, right? So this headings, non-current asset, current asset, right? And then you can enter and you will end up with 480,000. Then if you go to activity 9, first of all, you are being asked to categorize this as current and non-current. So under non-current assets, you have three items: land and building, furniture, machinery. Under current asset, you have inventory. So stock is a synonym for inventory, yeah? Right? Trade debtors and cash. And remember here, it should be closing stock. So it's not a must to write like the student. A stock cash at 31st 12 2023. It's enough even if you write inventory of stock, right? No need to write closing stock. But remember here we put only the closing stock and not the opening stock. So then you have the equity. Remember drawings is minus and net profit should be a plus figure. If you get a net loss, it should be a minus figure. And then these are the non-current liability. These are the current liabilities. And finally, what we have done here, you can enter in a statement of financial position like this. So then you have the activity 10, right? Um, so first of all, it's better you mark these in this manner with a ruler because sometimes you will confuse figures, right? So it's better you mark this in this way. Even in the examination, take a ruler and do this step first in the paper. So this is sales, equipment, discount given, building, bank loan, interest expense, bank overdraft, cash, bad debts, salary and bank charges. And then decide what is coming in the SOFP and what is coming to the PNL, right? Now, in the paper, you will get adjustments also, right? So you will not receive only a trial balance. So in the exam, you have to start from the additional information, not from the trial balance. So remember that you have to start from the additional information. Now, for this question purpose, I will use line like this to denote that it is going to SOFP, and I will draw something like this to show that is going to the PNL. Now capital is going to SOFP. Trade debtors is a current asset SOFP. Trade creditors SOFP. Stock PNL. Purchase PNL. Carriage inwards PNL. Sales commission PNL. Insurance expense PNL. Rent income is other income PNL. Discount received also is other income PNL. Sales PNL. Discount given PNL. Machinery and equipment SOFP. Building SOFP. Bank loan SOFP. Interest expense PNL. Bank overdraft SOFP current liability, cash in hand, current asset, bad debts, PNL, salary for administration, PNL, bank charges, PNL. Right? Assume entire stock has been sold out means closing stock is zero. Closing stock is zero. So then what you can do, you can record it in a format like this. So this is the PNL part, profit or loss. So you will get a net profit of 184,000 and the expense total is 76,000. And then this is the SOFP.